Amazing grace, how sweet the sound, oh, that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, oh, but now I am found, was blind. Hello everyone, my name is Melissa and this is my channel, Modest Mom. If you like some of my other content that maybe you've seen, or maybe it's popped up on your feed, be sure and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. And I'm doing something sort of different this week. I did a video earlier this week on our new animals on the homestead, which is our goats. Don't forget to check that out because the video is so cute. It's really good for like kids or something like that. My son really likes to watch it. So I'm doing sort of like a crochet knitting podcast sort of thing, just sort of talking about stuff I'm working on or things I would like to work on. I don't know, just sort of chit-chatting about that sort of thing. So this is episode 1 and I may do these sort of every month. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to pray about it and think about it some more. Crocheting and knitting is something that I really enjoy, and most evenings you can find me doing that there in my rocking chair. I just love doing it. And sort of a backstory, because I have said it in some of my other videos, I had started doing it when, I think it was when my oldest or my second one was younger. And I started this project and it just did not turn out like I thought it was going to, you know. And I did it all from watching YouTube videos. My great grandma actually did like everything sewing, crocheting, knitting, sewing, which I do like to sew with my sewing machine some too. But she could do like anything with that sort of thing. And so I don't know, I started, I think it was like a scarf or something, and of course I decreased in stitches, didn't know how I was doing it at the time, and over time I learned that skill, right? But it made me so angry that it didn't turn out like I thought it was going to. I ended up throwing it in a tub with some of my other stuff, and I was like, I can't do this, I'm not going to do this. And I found it like a couple years later, and I was bound and determined to learn this, okay? And I actually learned knitting before I learned crochet. Some people say that crocheting is easier than knitting. In some ways I think it is. Just as you do it more and learn it more, I think it kind of is. But it's, both of them, I like them a lot. They both have their pros and cons, of course. And so anyway, that's kind of how I got started. I do mostly blankets and stuff. I haven't knitted in quite a long time. I would like to get back into knitting more. I learned crochet second, and so I got more into that. But I would like to go back and maybe do some more knitting projects. I kind of like having both my hands busy. I don't know. It just kind of is good for the mind, I think. And I get like arthritis and stuff, I think, in my hands, 'cause sometimes they hurt. And it does help it a lot, but I also know whenever I do crochet and knit quite a bit the next morning or whatever after they've rested, my hands get to hurting quite a bit. But, and that may just be like I'm too tight holding the knitting needles too, I'm not real sure. But anyway, this week I was going to talk about some of the things that I've been working on. I made a friend of mine a blanket. A lot of you may have seen me working on it. It's a pink blanket doing the cluster V stitch, and I have a tutorial on that, and I can put a link to that in this video. So I made that for her, and she really liked it. I ended up giving it to her, and she loved it, absolutely loved it, and kept telling me about it. And I love her, and I'm so thankful that she asked me to do it. And so I'll put a picture of that too right here. And then I also have been working on a blanket for the same person. This was something I was going to do a long time ago. I just didn't really have the time. But I'm doing this sunflower blanket, and I'm actually, these are what they look like right here. They're so, so cute. I'm doing them in the different colors. So see, like I'm doing the bright yellow, and then the kind of mustard color yellow, and then kind of alternating, doing the opposite colors, the bright yellow and the mustard color yellow. And I really liked that gray for the background of the granny squares. I just thought a more neutral, darker color would look good, and I think it does. And actually my husband helped me pick out the color for this one. I'm sorry if you hear a lot of kids playing and screaming. My kids I sent the girls outside while I was going to do this video. We live in a tiny home, for those of you that don't know, and it started raining, and so we're all in the house right now, and so I'm trying to keep them quiet. Anyway, I thought this was really cute, and we will just sew a bunch of these together. And she loves sunflowers, obviously, if you couldn't already guess, but so do I. They're so cute, and they're actually pretty easy. It's not really for a beginner, but it's not really super hard either. Probably to me the hardest would be this round right here. And maybe one of these days, after, maybe when I get it done or close to being done, I can try to do a tutorial. Or I guess it doesn't matter if I get it done or not, but I could do a tutorial on how to do these. I actually use the Melanie Hams, she's a big crafter, does a lot of sewing, crocheting tutorials and such, DIYs and stuff like that. And I tried her sunflower granny square tutorial, so it turned out really nice. I'd never done them before, and I actually really enjoy it. Sometimes it's sort of a little bit of a pain to me to do granny squares, but they always turn out so pretty, and so I always think it's worth it. That's just my opinion, and this was another start of one I'm working on. Just slowly doing them a little bit as I go. So that's one thing that I'm plugging along at. And then I had talked about knitting before, and tell me which one you like better, crocheting or knitting, and if you've maybe not even attempted one or the other, just let me know in the comments below. I have this blanket right here that I had made for my middle child. And actually, Bo, my youngest, has used it a lot too. But when it comes to knitting, I knitted this while I was on bed rest with my middle one. And it's not a bright, my middle child is a girl, and it's not like a bright color. It's brown, obviously. But I hadn't really attempted anything like this before. And so this was very new to me. And I was on bed rest, so I needed something to keep me busy. But I did this blanket, and it was the waffle stitch blanket pattern, and it seemed pretty easy, but I'm telling you, it was like, it's the most stretchiest, comfortable pattern I've ever made, and I really like knitted things because of that. They're more stretchy. I do like not as many holes sometimes in blankets. That's just up to me. I had tassels like on the ends of these, and they kept putting them in their mouth, so I had to take them off mostly. So the corners don't look real great, but I just did a regular, let's turn it over here. I did a regular knitted border, just real simple. And then the waffle stitch, as you can see, it looks like that, and it just, the texture and the look of it is just, looks like a waffle, and it's just knits and purls. I can also put the pattern of the waffle stitch down below in the description as well, if you would like that, if you're a knitter. but it is probably my most favorite knitted blanket pattern. Like, I think I'm gonna try to make me and my husband one with this blanket pattern. Even my husband was like, you need to make me one in that pattern. Super comfortable, and like I said, super stretchy. So I really, really, really like it. And it's really good, I think, for babies too, because it doesn't have a whole lot of holes, so they don't, you know, get their fingers and stuff intertwined in it, which I like that. In knitted things, also, it does take quite a long time as far as versus crochet things. I think it does for me. And sometimes I get my hands, like I said, you have to really learn the skill of not getting it so tight when you're working. There's differences in that. I feel like sometimes with crochet I have to work at being not so loose, maybe, in with my hook and stuff. And so those are just things that I've learned over time and in the skill. And so hopefully I would like to get back into knitting some more, and I may do that pretty soon. So I may try to make another one of the waffle stitch blankets. I may try to do a bigger one. I'm not sure. We'll have to think about that. I also have never done like knitted sweaters or cardigans. I would love to make a cardigan, like for the fall and winter. I would love to make my own cardigan, and I've been kind of looking into that a little more, just watching like videos and stuff like that on YouTube. The only way that I learned was through YouTube videos. Like I said, my great grandma knew how to do stuff. My mom knows how to do a little bit of crochet and knitting. Knows how to knit more, I think. I can't remember, one or the other. I had actually learned too through what is that? I think it's Studio Knit. For some reason she was the best one that kind of, when she did stuff, like taught stuff, casting on, knits, purls, it actually stuck in my head. And that's what the thing about YouTube videos is, you have to find someone that it sort of sticks in your head, because not everybody, the way they teach it, it's going to stick in your head. Just like teaching. I went to school for teaching. Every child learns differently. Some children may learn through writing, some children may learn through listening, some may learn through hearing the teacher talk. You know, you just never know. Some are more hands-on. And so you just have to do find someone that sticks with you if you're doing it through YouTube videos. And I don't see nothing wrong with it. It took a lot of time, but I am expecting my 4th baby this year, and so my children are pretty close together, not like back to back close, but pretty close. And so like I had a lot of time where I was up and, you know, feeding the baby and whatnot, so I just flip on a YouTube video that I had been watching and trying to learn, and that is how I got into it. So if I can do it, you can do it. I really encourage you to maybe try crocheting or knitting out a little bit. It's super good. I also went through a lot of mental struggles and stuff through a lot of hormone issues that I was having, and we had to figure that out. But crocheting and knitting really helped me, and really helped my mind, helped keep me busy, helped me to look forward to making things. And I like making things for other people, and so that's how I got into it, guys. Anyway, so I thought this would just be a neat little video on what I've been working on, things I would like to work on, and maybe I'll try to get into before the next video. You never know. It may be something completely different than what I just said. I may try to venture out and do something else. I watch a lady on YouTube also that does that amigurumi, I think it's called, and I had never looked into that. It's kind of neat, but not sure if I'm gonna get into that or not. I haven't decided yet. If you do the amigurumi, let me know in the comments below also, and let me know how hard it is, how easy it is, what you think of it. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching Modest Mom here on the YouTube, and hopefully I'll do another one of these. If you like my first episode, crochet podcast episode, please give me a like, share it, and don't forget to subscribe to see more. I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you.